YouTube? Welcome back to the Main Moto Show. How are y'all doing today? Sorry for a little bit of wind noise if there is any. I'm sitting outside, as you can see, my stack of tires. I'm gonna explain to you why I don't like the news and the media and politics and all that type of stuff, right? A 5-year-old boy was shot and killed execution style in broad daylight, riding his bicycle in his front yard in front of his two sisters by his 25-year-old male neighbor. Some of y'all might know about it. Not everybody does. You want to know why? The media never said a damn thing about it. Never covered it. Never gave it 2 seconds worth of thought or footage. Rocco, you need to relax there, bro. Relax. But yet a 46-year-old man who was wrongfully murdered, right, by 3 cops, had what, 4, 5, 6, 7 televised funerals, was buried in a golden casket, whatever. Yeah, who was a felon, was high on drugs, committed the crime, but was still wrongfully murdered. Now, before y'all get mad at me for saying this, I never said anything about race or religion, sexuality, whatever. I just said a 5-year-old kid named Connor, or Cannon HINNANT, Cannon HINNANT, a 5-year-old kid, was fucking murdered in his front yard in front of his 2 sisters by a neighbor who was 25 years old. News media never said 2 words and never showed a lick of anything to care about it. But yet a 46-year-old man who was wrongfully murdered by cops, who was a felon, high on drugs, committed the crime, had an pretty good criminal history, got televised, whatever. Televised funerals, buried in a golden casket, got tons of freaking news coverage about it, sparked a bunch of riots, which is now continuous looting and rioting, property damage, all that type of stuff, whatever. I get it. Some people think that they're oppressed living in this country, whatever. Okay, I've been pulled over a bunch of times by cops because I was a young guy with a truck, 2 dirt bikes. I was making money. I was always out riding, always had brand new gear, always had brand new parts for my truck, always brand new parts for my bikes, always out racing my BMX bikes, always going to the track with my dirt bike back in the day too. And this was way back before I even knew a damn thing about YouTube, right? So I know what it's like to be pulled over constantly, stereotyped, because I'm not a part of the alternative lifestyle. I'm not old and retired in this town of mine, so it's, the whole thing is I know what it's like to be profiled by the cops, and I still get looked at by the cops when they drive by me. Do I dislike cops? No. Do I think we should defund the cops? Not at all. I'm just saying, I know what it's like to be profiled by the police. I know what it's like. I know how it feels. People can't sit here and tell me that you don't know what it's like to be profiled by cops. I get profiled every fucking day by every person. Okay? People look at me like, oh, like I'm some type of disease or some shit. People look at me and act like I'm a criminal or act like I'm a bad person all the time. I've dealt with that shit my whole entire life as well. I know exactly what it feels like. I know exactly how it feels. But I don't like the fact that a 5-year-old kid named Cannon HINNANT was executed in his front yard in the middle of the day by a 25-year-old man, and the news media never said a lick of shit about it, period. That's what pisses me off. Not the fact that a certain person, because of their skin color, got it, all this news and media, and another person of a different skin color didn't. That has nothing to do with it. I've never said anything about race, sexuality, skin color, religion, none of that shit. The only thing I said was their gender. A 5-year-old boy got murdered, nobody said shit. 46-year-old man got murdered, and everything blew up and went to hell. You know what I'm saying? I think this world needs to wake up and realize that an innocent 5-year-old kid is more important to talk about when they get murdered compared to a 46-year-old man. If you're gonna do as much news coverage about a 46-year-old man getting wrongfully murdered, I believe that 5-year-old kid deserves just as much, if not more, media coverage for being an innocent 5-year-old kid who's never done a damn thing wrong in his life, doesn't know a damn thing about life yet, never had the chance to grow up, never had the chance to have a childhood, period. Just like the hundreds of kids that die every year from a stray bullet in Chicago shootings every year and all that type of stuff. People want to say that we need to change the world. Well, there's more important things to do than to riot, loot, and talk. Let's protect our kids, no matter which kids it is, from being shot by these criminals. Let's prevent these criminal type people being out on the street, no matter what their religion is, no matter what their color is, race, sexuality, gender, no matter what. If you're a convicted murderer, you deserve to get a bullet in your head straight off the bat, without a doubt. If you're a rapist, you deserve to get a bullet right in your head straight off the bat. If you have a domestic violence and you keep getting domestic violence, on you, you deserve to get a bullet in your head. These people that do these little crimes, not being able to afford to pay their speeding tickets or parking tickets, or they got caught with a little bit of dope on them, whatever, fine, put them in jail for a couple months or whatever, fine. I'm talking about these hardcore dudes. Either put a bullet in their head or send their ass to the Middle East and let them fend for themselves out there. That's all I gotta say about that. Catch you guys.